Okay, everybody. This is just a last minute sort of thing. I'm going to play with some painty paper here for a while and maybe do a few different things. Let me set my alarm just real quick. I just have to make sure I get to the doctor sometime. So, okay. And we all know painting paper. Okay. And we paper turns us all into crazy people that can't remember what time it is. So, I'm here. I hope some of you will come and visit while I'm here. Last time I was live, I had just started to do this and I got pulled away. So, Janet has done some of these on purpose. This is actually packing tape, and this is the edges cleaning up my jelly plate after I jelly plated, and I really like it. I didn't get this one down smooth. Things didn't go very well that afternoon. But these are just my cleanup pieces. Janet actually did hers on purpose and did some really cool papers with hers, and they're very neat kind of, I don't know, this one almost looks like a landscape if I had left it just one piece. So I wanted to show you those. And I don't know if there's anybody going to be here this afternoon or not. So I'm just going to play for a while. I have a painty paper swap that I am supposed to be doing. So I wanted to get some painty papers made, and that's what I'm going to play with. I have these envelopes that are actually 6x9 envelopes. They're card envelopes, and they're 6x9, so they're going to work perfect for the swap. So I wanted to put some paint on them, and I'm going to get out the jelly plate later and see. I also bought some inexpensive paint at Joann's, and I really like to see how it behaves. So we will find out. I'm just going to put some paint, like I said, on this paper because I found that when I jelly plated the other day, I wasn't completely happy, because I wished I had a paint layer sort of underneath the other paint. So I'm just going to put a little paint on a few sheets before I get out the jelly plate. Hi, Sweet Drops. Have you ever been to one of my lives before? This is sort of a last minute thing. I have some time. I need to make some paper, painty paper. So, and what is your name? If I don't remember. I'm and like I said, right now I'm just putting some paint on these just to have a little bit of a layer of something down before I go to the jelly plate, because I found that when I jelly plated, I really wished I'd had some color down, and this should dry fast enough that I can. So I am just gonna put a little paint down. And then I'm going to get out my jelly plate and make some painty papers. Oh, that's pink. I don't want pink. Hi, Becky. You just got him out the door to work. Becky, what does he do? I think you told me and I've forgotten. I know he ends up having to work awfully late. Jeffrey's outside. I'm a little worried about him. I haven't let him touch the camper since the other day, so he's out there messing with things. I'll tell you, Sunday was not a good day. Becky, I'm just putting some paint on these so that I have a layer of paint before I go to the jelly plate, or before I go to the next step. I just yes, okay. I knew that it was something technical. Shall I put it that way? I just couldn't remember what it was. One of the things I found the other day when I played with my jelly plate 2 weeks ago is that I wished I'd have had some color on my paper, a little bit of color, before I went to the jelly plate. So that's the plan right this second. I saw you're going to gather up stuff in a tub. I thought I would, this evening before you get on, I would gather up what I could find. I'm sure I can get a tub full of stuff. So I thought that would be fun. And I thought I'd try to play along since I have to go to the doctor at 5:45 of all things. But it just worked out that I had some time. And when I painted all those papers the other day, I didn't think about them, and they're not something I want to send to people. I want to do some things that are a little different to share. I didn't get edges, and I didn't get so. Oh yeah, the garage would be a good place. Jeffrey brought me something from the shed the other day. What was it? He's brought me cigar wrappers, but he brought me in something actually from the shed. Boy, I can't remember. Shows how good I am. Yeah, because there ought to be, bolts and all kinds of good stuff like that. Oh, I saw something. Where did I see it? The heads of some screws, Becky. You know how the different screws have different screw heads? I have a list somewhere of stuff I wanted to try to gather up. I just haven't done it. Yeah, I'm sure with all that work you've been doing. Now, Jeffrey likes the square-headed ones, I think, is the ones he really likes. But they have a square hole in the middle of the screw. So well, I just covered up all my green, didn't I? Okay, I was going to try and see what happens. Well, you need more paint, that's for sure. Okay, Becky, come let me know what you find. Sweet Drops, I hope you're still here. I don't know if you're familiar with Becky, but Becky's channel is awesome, and she's going to be doing some cool painty paper stuff later on this evening because she's doing a she's going to go around the house and then use the stuff she finds from around the house. She's calling it out of the tub. And all those things that she finds in her tub, she's going to use the stuff out of the tub to paint papers with. So it ought to be a real interesting evening. Okay. I kind of like the little ovals that the brayer made. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I like that. It's a base. If anybody pops in and I don't see you, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to ignore you. I'm just playing. Okay. Yeah, Becky, I don't eat, let me see, where do I eat pizza from? We eat pizza from Domino's. Um, because uh, there's a lot of things that don't like my tummy either. So I know that feeling. It's too bad when you have to cross something you like off your list too, isn't it? Oh, that one wasn't upside down. Okay, well, we just won't use that one right now. We'll go for something else. Of course, the stress that we've been having. You know, I'm sorry about Sunday. It was bad. Jeffrey was so upset. I've seen him like that only a couple of times in 34 years. But we had hoped this nightmare would be over, and we shouldn't complain. We're both pretty healthy. You know, we both we're doing real well. But I really like the brayer. It'll be really cool underneath everything else. Oh, that's metallic. We'll save that for the top. That was an interesting sound. Well, that's cool. That one may be gone. Becky, last time I didn't get to, I haven't been online much this week, obviously. I've been on just a little bit, seen a few posts. Did you have company and did they go home, or do you still have company? Okay. No company. Okay. Well, I have to tell you a mom story, since you know how it is. So my mom goes every day to lunch at the senior center. It's maybe 15, 20 blocks from the house. It's nice, easy drive, not a problem. It's down through the subdivision, city blocks kind of thing. Other than they're tearing up the streets, it's fine. But she's had to go for some physical therapy on her shoulder and neck. So she leaves usually from the center and goes to the therapy if she's got an appointment that day. So yesterday, my husband is over at her house. He's been there all morning because her toilets are doing weird things, and so he's working on the toilets, and he got a call from the senior center that Mom's keys were there. Okay, this is an hour or better after she should have left there. He's not seen her. He's at her house and he's not seen her. He's a little freaked out, but more importantly, he had just tried to unblock the bathroom sink by dumping vinegar and baking soda down it, and it had bubbled up all kinds of nasty black stuff. And so he realized it was blocked, so he put a wire down it. And when he put the wire down it, the little piece of wire, and he just had a piece of wire. It was not even a heavy coat hanger or anything like that. It was just a piece of wire. He put that wire down it, and it went right through the P-trap. So the center has called. They have my mom's keys. Mom should have left there, and when he asked, he asked, well, is she in the parking lot looking for her keys? And they said, no, she left here over an hour ago. And he's a little freaked out, but he's also got this huge mess. I mean, a huge mess. This black junk that came out of the P-trap is all over the bathroom. It's, he's cleaning that up. And, okay, we live across town. This is a 25-minute drive. He goes, I don't know where your mother is. She's not home. I have not seen her all day. I said, hon, she's probably just gone to therapy or gone to the grocery store. She does that after. He goes, well, the center just called and they've got her keys. We're going, well, how the heck did she go anywhere if she doesn't have her keys? And this is 3:30 in the afternoon. So I'm like, okay. And I said, can you go get her keys? He said, Tommy, I can't. I've got this huge mess. And I'm like, okay. I said, I'm on my way. Just you deal with what you got to deal with. I'll go find out about the keys and see if I can find my mom. So I get across town, and just like 3 blocks short of the senior center, I get a phone call from Jeff. Your mom just came home. I'm like, yeah, I figured she would. I said, but how did she come home if she didn't have keys? He said, well, she says she thinks it's just a house key. I'm like, okay. How's she planning on getting the house? Her keys are all on one ring. I don't know how this was an issue. Anyhow, so I'm like, well, tell her I'm at the center. I'll get the keys, whatever it is. I get to the house. She carries a spare key because about 6 months or so ago, she had her hands full when she was going in the house and dropped her keys in the trunk of the car and closed the trunk. Oh, that's mud. Anyway, so she carries a key in her purse, just a house key, in case she boo-boo like she did that time. And apparently she dropped it. And Jeff was in the midst of a crisis, so he wasn't listening very carefully that it was a key, not her whole set of keys. So I have driven all the way across town. Of course, Mom's embarrassed as all get out because I have had to drive across town. I'm like, it's not a big deal, but it's like, okay. So that's our mom story for today. Yeah, Becky. Oh boy, is right. Hi to whoever's here. Hello. it was just one of those days. Jeff, of course, got the P-trap put all back together, and he's got the toilets put all back together, but we still don't know why they're, oh, I really like that. I may just leave that like that. She said her toilet yelled really loud at her the other day. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but she said it was just yelling, and it made a horrible noise. She said if it had gone off in the middle of the night like that, she'd have been terrified. I don't know what's causing it. So I think we'll do one more set of this, and then I'm going to get out the plate and play with it. I have an idea. Anyhow, so he's got the toilets fixed. He thinks he's got the P-trap fixed. I went Monday. We were talking about renting her house instead of selling it. She's ready to move into she wants to move to a retirement community, but I'm not doing this 500 times. We're going to move to assisted living where it has progressive care. Hi, Janet. You didn't miss much. I am just getting paint on this paper so that I can get out my jelly plate. I need to make some Painty papers. You know, I have some people to catch up to. 60 already? Mm-hmm. So I was just telling the girls, Janet, my mama story. We had an interesting mama day yesterday. So. Oops. Okay. All right. Oh boy, it's hot in here. The shower's not going to do any good. Hi, Amber. Well, hello. This was an impromptu live. I hadn't intended to go live. I hadn't intended to do much of anything today. And I got done making beads, and for some unknown reason, nobody needs me right now, so I get to play. So I'm going to get out my jelly plate and play with some stuff that I didn't get to play with last time. Oh, Janet, I want to show you something. Where did they go? There they are. Last Sunday when I was live. Oh, are you getting rained on, Janet? Oh, dear. Becky, you should live here. It rains every day. Yesterday, it rained more than an inch in about 30 minutes. So, Jeffrey had a little tiny jar he puts food in the bird feeders with, sitting on the back deck, out where it's not going to get any rain from it. And in about 30 minutes time, it rained yesterday, and it just poured last night. And the jar was over an inch full. So, Becky, it does that here, but it can rain here on us and not on my mother. That's the Pensacola is like that. I have actually driven into a rainstorm and out of a rainstorm in 3 blocks. So, but Janet, I wanted to show you these. The other day when I was live, I was just getting ready to start putting these down. I had 2 pieces of packing tape that I had cleaned my jelly plate with. And this is what I did with them. I just put them on some postcards. But I wanted to show you after seeing yours. Yours is so much prettier. Yeah, that's packing tape. I had cleaned my jelly plate with the packing tape. Amber, that's normal. I'm not sure where you're at, but for Pensacola, that's absolutely normal. So Okay, I have some toys that I wanted to play with the last time. Um, First off, when I was punching out some circles for my trading card book, I used the rest of the pieces and I made myself a couple of circle stencils. So I have those. And I got these a while ago. These are spreaders for more than anything for, it's too small for the floor. It's for doing taping on drywall when you want to feather that out. Yeah, Janet, I have a friend in northern, yeah, these are for, these, well, I don't know if these are for, I've never put dents in grout, Amber, but that might be. Um, it's Jeffrey had some in the shop. They were, of course, nasty. When he puts up drywall and then he's going to put tape over the drywall, he usually puts gook under the tape. Then he spreads it with one of these and then puts the tape on and then spreads it with one of these. And Janet, I got them just at the hardware store, but you can get cheapy ones at Harbor Freight if you have a Harbor Freight near you. I happen to be in a hardware store. And then last time I was at the Dollar Tree, and you can tell that I didn't get them used very quickly, I got these on purpose to play on my jelly plate. So that's my plan. Yeah, I got Harbor Freight has them. They aren't these little square ones. They sort of have a handle, and they're small. Now they're in their flooring stuff, I think, but they might be with the paint. Because I have a big metal one for floor. So. Janet, that's what I had gotten all of that stuff for, was to make paste paper. I really wanted to try. Okay, why is my thing not opening? I wanted to try some paste paper, and I just haven't had a chance. That, and I haven't been able to find the paste. I think it's Barb Owen does a really good paste paper. She's got a really nice paste paper video. Liquid starch. Okay, wait a minute. I missed something. Okay. Becky's going to do with liquid starch. Laundry starch per Barb Owen. I thought about that, Becky. I hadn't heard anybody other than Barb talk about using the liquid starch. So I hadn't even tried it really. So okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay, I think last time I had my plate turned the other way. I think it might make it easier. But my metal one of these things, I was afraid would damage my plate. So I didn't want to try it. You used Yes paste for that, Janet? Huh. Yeah. Art paste. It was what I was looking for and couldn't find. So, okay, let's put these things up here, and this right there. Do I have a straw? Okay. Let's go for some of this. Barb Owen, Janet, her video, she uses art paste, which is a powder that you mix with water. Then she said that you could use this liquid starch and or the wallpaper paste. And I've watched some other videos where they use the liquid wallpaper paste, so I don't have a clue which might, you know, what thing might be better. So I think I got little goobers on my roller. I do. Okay. Let's see. Let's try this one first. I think we need some circles. Okay. 2 ounces of art paste on Amazon. That's why I did it with the liquid starch. Yeah, not only that, I can get what, Janet, the comb? Oh heavens, I can't believe you haven't done the comb. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Uh-huh. Well, that sounds good, Janet, or Becky. Uh, Janet, I think the starch to paste ratio is kind of whatever you want. That's okay, but it needs a little more. I like this one better, partially because it's not whole. I might do pieces. So that one may have to have something more put over it. Let's do some lighter stuff. Oh, well, I had them out last Sunday or 2 Sundays ago when quit laying it down that way. When I did the jelly plate, I just didn't ever get to it because I was so busy having so much fun. Okay. Let's try I want to try this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's do this. And okay. That. And this one. Oh yeah, it gives it a little bit more oomph. What's going? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay. With a few little marks on top. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Can you tell I'm getting excited? Okay. Um, Barb used Stay Flow starch, I think, or the other person I've seen to use Stay Flow starch. I don't think it really matters. Look at that one. That's cool. Yep, I like that comb, that square thing. That's, let's do some lime green over the top of that. Becky, you going to be able to play with that tonight? I mean, are you? Do you have the stuff? I shouldn't ask. You and I are about the same. We have the stuff. Okay. 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 Sorry, guys. I get to talking to myself. And I know that these papers are bigger, Becky, but I had this, so I have a lot of this size paper, so I'm just going to cut it when I get ready to send it. Or I may fold it inside of there. Keep in mind with the starch, you will need lots of space to let, yes. Well, and that's one of the things okay. Yep. Oh, wow. Uh-oh. Well, Becky, if it's as hard as ours was yesterday, we couldn't hardly hear each other talk. And yeah, Becky, I like that one. Let's try not to make mud. I made mud earlier, Janet. You missed it. We don't. I buy applesauce in a jar when I buy it. We don't use the little cup thingies very much, so I don't get those. I have things though that we get. Trying to think. I bought a little tiny package of solo cups that are itty bitty. There was one somewhere. Because I wanted to mix something up and I can't remember what it was. Okay. Let's do the little one. I really like that. Now, let's do this. Okay. One of the things I noticed the other day when applesauce with grilled chicken. Mmm, yummy. Was that Becky's live that scared her or my live? Oh dear. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Ah, yeah. Okay. Yep. So cool. I love this thing. Oh, Bex. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hi, Connie. This is the first time you've been here, isn't it? I'm just playing. That piece really was cool. Okay, I've got some really dark pieces, a couple of them. So I'm going to go with something a lot lighter. Think before you put it on there, make a mess. Okay. Well, welcome, Connie. It just happened that I had time to play this afternoon. I've been doing my lives on Sundays, but just because I have other people I like to watch during the week, and so I got on to do this afternoon because I needed some painty papers. Okay, I got way too much paint, guys. There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. And Connie, I am using, I think these are drywall. That is the silly word I couldn't find earlier. For when you tape drywall. I think that's what they're for. Oh, let's put some big, no, this circle. Yeah, I saw that, Janet. You know, I just wonder why some people just don't have just too much time on their hands. Oh yeah. Ew. Uh-huh. Sorry guys. I think it's yep. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I moved my paint over here so that I'd have more room in front of me, so I wouldn't have to try to reach down there so much. And here I am just piled it up. You're afraid to open PMs. Yeah, it's Will Scott let you know if you got to work okay, Becky? No, Connie, this is a jelly plate. It comes from Jelly Arts. It's a printing plate. Um, it is. It's. There's actually homemade ones that you can get. It's flexible. The ones that you actually make with gelatin. And I can't believe how much this looks like the Yes paste papers that I made. This was so. Oh yeah. Well, and not only that, Janet. Um, it dries so much faster because anything you put that starch in is going to take a while to dry. It wasn't even darkish. Okay, Connie. In my live from Sundays 2 weeks ago, I used it and I used it differently. Becky, Aunt Beck's Creations, and Lisa at Lisa My Eclectic Life, they both have used theirs way more than I have used mine. This is a big one. I treated myself at my birthday. I treated myself very well to have this. So we don't give each other birthday presents anymore. We just usually get something that we would really, really like for ourselves. Or I say, Jeffrey, I want a jelly plate. And he says, okay, it's your birthday present. Okay. Oops. And you use a brayer to spread the paint out. Now, you don't have to use a brayer. I guess you could use a paintbrush. The easy way to do it is to use a brayer. But it's kind of flexible, Connie. It's and this is only the second time I have used mine. And you notice that it's really cool. Yeah, Connie. You know, at a certain point, now there are things that I worked really hard. See, that didn't come out so good. I don't like that side, but when he retired, I got him a what do you call that thing? A metal detector for his retirement present, and that was a surprise. But that one, not so great. So we'll set it aside and print over it again in a few minutes. He can't, Becky, he can't like text you or anything. Oh, you're up in the hills where you're at. You probably can't. Okay, that paint's coming out funky. Yeah, you get the same look, Janet, and it's so easy. Okay, now I got goop on my plate. There it is. That there was paint goop in that paint bottle. That's what happens when they're old. Okay. Well, I don't make a circle very well. Let's try it with this. It might be easier to spin. Yeah. Yeah. And Connie, I don't know if you were here. Yeah, well, this is not handmade paper. This is just painty paper, kind of like if you were to make your own scrapbook paper or something. We use it in our art journals and things like that. Um, this is a drywall tool, I think. That's but if you what was I going to say? Oh, girls, help me out here. Um, you can use it in collage. You can use it in journals. To make your own paper is a little messy for in my studio because I have hardwood floors. So I probably won't do it in the studio. If I get to doing that, it'll be outside in the summertime. So, but this is, yeah. So what we're doing is I'm just painting paper, and then I probably will sit and put other kinds of marks on it. Okay, I really like how that envelope just turned out. Okay, now that's interesting. One of the things I do notice, and I might have to think about, is turning the fan off because I think the fan is drying out the paint rather quickly. But that, yeah, now I'm liking it. Yep, yep. Um, oh yeah, this one is too cool. Thank you, Connie. I'm doing a swap in Aunt Beck's group, and I needed some 6x9 envelopes, and they need to be pretty. So I think I'll put just a little more on this. Actually, I think that one's done. I think I'm calling that one good. And just so you all know, I do have my wood floor protected. Jeffrey would have my hide if I messed up that wood floor. Let's see about doing this metallic blue. What I was thinking about medium to my plate so that the paint didn't dry quite so fast. Now it's also going to make the paint, why is that not coming out? Oh, good, all over everywhere. It's also going to make it's going to thin the paint out. It makes paint more transparent. So, but the fan is like right above me, and of course I made beads this morning, so it's hot in here. Let's see if that gives me a little bit more dry before I have a little bit of dry time or what or wet time, whatever you want to call it. Working time. Yes, gel medium, Becky. It's Liquitex. This is matte medium. Um, Gel medium is thicker. Becky, this is really liquidy. This is matte medium. The gel medium usually comes in a jar instead of a, oh heavens, my brain is just slush. Comes in a jar instead of a bottle. And so I use that a lot when I want to thin out paint, like if I want to thin out these heavy bodied paints, or if you want to make it transparent. Instead of adding water, which doesn't really do a lot, it just does it just waters down your paint. If you use the gel medium, it kind of makes it more translucent and less. Okay, well, I had two more hairbrushes. What did I do with them? Okay, let's. Connie, what type of art do you do? Okay, cool, Becky. I can't wait. I will be back. I don't know. You're on Eastern time. I may be a little late because I have the oddest doctor's appointments at 5:45 our time. So okay. Yeah, I'm not too keen on that pattern, but it's kind of cool. Oh, but it worked really well on this. Let's see what it did on this one. Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think if I add some marks, these are going to be really close to done. I'll just have to do the opposite sides. Okay. What do we want to do? Mm-hmm. Connie, did you tell what kind of art or crafts that you do? I know Becky also quilts. I don't know if I told you this, Becky. I used to sell Berninas. If I told you this, Becky, I used to sell Berninas, and I used to teach for Bernina dealers. I used to actually run Bernina dealerships. So, one more thing. Dollar store sells those bags of solo cups so small. Yeah, Janet, these. It worked really well the other day when I needed to really water down something. Um, I don't know. I seem to have an obsession with getting it all the way to the edge. Okay. Okay. Now I have a little I got this at the thrift store. It's one of those things that holds your paper plate. And I wanted to see if it would pick up. Well, it doesn't squash down very well. You'd have to touch every one. It's got a cool design in the middle, but oh, it might be better for actually making a print after the fact. Yeah, Janet, it's stamped off better than it only really stamps off in the middle. Here, let me show you where I did it. Just a second. See, it's stamped off pretty cool. So I was thinking maybe I'll use it like a stamp later. Okay, she told us that. Let's see. I have a Bernina. I've had one since '83. Let me see. We're at the first one making it. I'm surprised that you could wear one out. Painted ceramics. I sold everything, guys, from a 9:30 to the 16:30. Oh, I like this one. Now, it needs a little bit more work, but I think we'll let it get dry. And then my son, we moved, and I wasn't happy with the dealer there, so I did not go back to work. Now, that is really cool. With the layers of color in it. I don't know if you guys can really see it. It does give us sort of a sunburst kind of thing, which I like. But I think, Janet, you're right. The stamping with it will be cooler than what it's doing right now. I think rather than putting it on the jelly plate, I think I'd rather have it as a stamp after the fact. Mainly do paper crafts and cross stitch. So, Connie, you're like all of us. Okay, 20 years. Does it embroider, Connie? Oh, an 830. Oh my. Take good care of that puppy. Those are really nice. And the straight stitch on one is just phenomenal. Okay. I think I want to do something. I need to put some kind of color on there. So let's try some turquoises. Yep. It came in a red case, right, Connie? Whatever you do, don't break it. But yeah, I manage Bernina dealerships here in Pensacola, over in Crestview, Florida, in Austin, Texas. When we came back to to live here in when we came back from Texas. I didn't manage dealerships then. I just did their Bernina Club and all that kind of stuff. So I taught specialty sewing classes, things like that. I think I'm going to have to find something to cut that off. I don't like that thing on there. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, sometimes that happens, Connie. Not often, but sometimes. I'm going to go to the doctor this afternoon, and he's going to go, what in the world? I want. Thank you, Connie. Janet, I didn't know you quilted. I know Becky does. Are you part of her swap group with quilting too? And thank you, Connie. I'd say that side's done. Yep, yep. Yeah. Yep. My next question is if I'm going to be able to get these envelopes open once I get them finished. I think this kind of makes me think of wood grain too. Oh, yes. Look at that, guys. Mm-hmm. I'm liking this. Oh, Vicky, hi. Now, Vicky, you haven't been here before, have you? I can't remember. Oh, guys, I'm just loving this. I am so addicted. You know, that's the last time I got this thing out. I was up half the night. I was so tired. Okay, Vicky. Well, hello. Nice that you're here. I'm glad you're visiting with us. I'm just playing, making some painty paper. Trying to decide which color to grab. What I really like is it's okay if I have that stuff all over there. Doesn't matter. up some lavender too. Okay. Thanks, Janet. I hope I don't miss the beginning, Becky. But if I do, I'll see it later. I still haven't had a chance to watch your Painty paper thing from the other day that you did after when you came back on. Okay, I'm going to try these stencil things. They're just cut holes, cut in some cardboard. This one's okay. So I like the little circles, but I don't like the big lines around them. Kind of yucky. Oh, but it's not bad on this, where I had color underneath. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Now, okay, let's. I just don't want those things to be all painty and get on something they should. Well, I'm surprised that wasn't dry. And, ooh, now I got mess. It still picked up some of it, which I was surprised at. Okay. Okay, it makes me think of, oh, Becky, gaskets. Becky, gaskets. They're engine gaskets. That's what they look like. Yep. Oh, Becky, gaskets. Becky, gaskets. They're engine gas look like. Yep. Yep, gaskets. Oh, Vicky caught it before if I had read the chat. Vicky's on point here today. Let's go with this really light blue because I think it's going to pick up some of this other paint. And I think I'm going to just do the one color. Okay. Engine gaskets, yep. Engine gaskets, yep. course, any